Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. I have to tell you something personal. To all the inquiries, people meet me and say, how many clothes do you have? Ladies, it's the same dress. I just changed the jewelry. Thank you. And the jewelry is a lot from some of you that sent. Thank you very much. This Hanukkah, the Butman Swerdlove family had, Baruch Hashem, a lot of parties. And I don't even like to call them parties, a lot of get-togethers. And some of them, as I told you in a clip before, were in honor of my father, Olav Hasholem, Avi Meiri, Reb Shneir Zalman, Reb Yisrael Baruch, who came out of Siberia on the second night of Hanukkah. And I'd like to add something that I found so fascinating, so fascinating. First of all, I had said the year was 1937, it was 1935. And he came out in 1939, so it's 4 years. But I want to tell you something about a Mesiras Nefesh, of really, the Tata was an incredibly smart man, but really he never went to yeshiva. From where he came, a little town near Neville, he never went to yeshiva. So he was homeschooled. And his Mesiras Nefesh was the Mesiras Nefesh of a tzaddik. Two small stories. Number one, when he was brought in and they threatened him, one of the officers said to him, I can't do it in Russian. I also can't do it without fear. We will take your children and we will push them into the walls of, the name of the jail was Butyrka or Lubyanka, one of the two. We will smear your children into the walls of Butyrka. Could you imagine how a person feels? But he had no fear. He didn't give away any information. And I found a very nice Rosh Hashanah for the word fear. Fear means false evidence appearing real. They told him they had evidence against him that he did this and he did this. He said, no, he didn't. Because he tried to tell them that was false, it isn't real. There was even a man that got up and said, but you gave me money and you supported. He says, I don't know who he is. I don't know what he's talking about. The Mesiras Nefesh of the Mtaten then, I think, is incredible. But I want to leave you with another story, which I think is even more. It was Yontif. He wouldn't get onto the wagon. They were going from place to place. He told them he had to walk or else he'll freeze. He made up a story. He walked on canes, by the way. And then they couldn't do it anymore, so they picked him up and they stuck him in the wagon. At least he didn't do it himself. He was thirsty. He was hungry. And he finally got to some place where he saw water dripping. Very little water. Drip, 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 drip into the cup. And he found something to take the water. And he took the water. Open your hearts. He hadn't eaten. He hadn't drunk. He took the water and he washed Negelwasser. And he washed Negelwasser. He didn't drink it. He washed Negelwasser. Wow. Unbelievable. And I look at me. Not always do I have Negelwasser near my bed. Not always do I remember to do things behidur. And look at him. Tata, thank you for that lesson. My children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren and the rest of you. Let's live with a little more Mesiras Nefesh. Thank you for being here. Bevirchas Mashiach now. Seid gesund.